Welcome to another session in this Excel series. We are going to be looking at how we can apply the search function, the learn function, right, left, find, and trim function to perform a task in Excel. For example, assuming these are the names of our customers and we want to extract the title or like the title of this particular gender out of these names. How do we go about it? There are several ways we can use. We can use the autofill function or the autofill method rather, where I can just say, and by doing this, I have been able to extract all the masters and the misses out of this customer name. But there is a limitation to this, which I will explain later. So we can use string functions to extract this out of this particular customer name. So let's get at it. You remember the left function. So if we want to remove this, we use the left function. So the left function says, okay, which text do we want to remove? So we want to remove from this text, and it says how many number of characters. So we can say, okay, there are four, one, two, three, including the full stop or the period. So we say four, and then we have our misses. But if I fill this down, you see that we are having issues. So the master here is not well extracted. So how can we go around this? The way to go around this is that, can we use another function to locate where the space is? Because before the first name, there is always a space. So if we can locate that particular space, the index of that space, we can incorporate it into our left function. So, and that is where we can use our search or the find function. But I will prefer to use the search function because it is not case sensitive. So let us do that. So let's say search. So we are searching for this space. Where is this space located? So space, and then find within text. So within this text, and we are starting from the first index. So now the space is located at the fifth index here. So but because we located it using the formula, whenever the formula gets to the other rows, it's going to adjust itself. So what I want us to do now is that we want to extract the misses, which is on the left side. So we put the left function. So the left function, the text we want to extract, which is this, and then the number of characters. So the number of characters that we want to extract is going to be the number, the index minus 1. So we know that the index here is 6 and we want to extract everything behind it. So we just minus 1 from whatever the index of the space is, and it's going to be the number of characters before it. So we know that this formula here, this function here, search is representing the index. So we just minus 1 from it. Minus 1 from it, and then you can see now that we have gotten our answer. So if I run this down, you can see that we are able to get the master completely without any issue. So assuming I don't want the period to be extracted with it, I just adjust my formula. So the search, so we want to search, since there is period in every one of the title here, we just make this to be our period, to be a period. So which means that the index we are looking for is the period and everything before the period. So if I do this, you can see there is no period here. And then if I run this down, there is no period. And that is how we can use those two combinations to extract our our title from this particular text. Now, let's say since we have been able to extract our title, we also want to extract the first name and the last name. So at this point, we are going to use the write function. So we say, okay, write. Now, the text that we want to get. So the text is from this text. Now, the number of character. The number of character here, we know we are going to be starting from here to here. So the number of character here is going to be the length of the whole of this character here minus whatever the index here is. So assuming the index here is 6, which means that the number of character at this point is 6. Assuming the whole of this character is 30. So if we minus 30, which is the whole of this character, minus 6 here, whatever is remaining is going to be the number of characters from here to here. So how do we do that? You can say, okay, length of the whole character. So we have gotten the length of the whole character. So if we have gotten the length of the whole character, the next thing is that we should remove this everything before space from it. So we say, okay, remove everything, including this space, from it. Because if we are able to remove everything before this, including this space, from the whole of this character, the number will be what is going to be left from here to here. So, and when we say, okay, length minus, so how do we know the number here? We use the search function. So search, find text. What we are looking for is the space. So we are looking for this first space. And then within what text? Within this text. And then the start number, we want it to be from the index, from the first index. So, and then we close our bracket. So with this now, we are going to be extracting everything from the right before this first space. So you can see we have been able to extract that. If I run this down, you can see that we have been able to extract the first and the last name. So with this now you can say, okay, you can say title, or you want to say gender or anything, and you can call this one name again. So we have been able to separate them. The next question is, what of if we want to separate each of these, like we want the first name and then we want the last name. So it's the same method. So you just come here and say, okay, Assuming these are the first name, you can say, okay, so we use the left method, and then which text are we looking at? We are looking at this text and the number of characters, which is going to be the index. So like we did the other time, search. So we are looking for the space within this text, and we are going to remove one from it. And when we do that, we get our value. If we want to remove this one, the last name here, we use the right function. So can we say right? Right? So from which text? From here. So the number of characters. So the number of characters will be anything before, like anything like we did the other time, that if we remove the index of this space from the old length, what is going to be left is this. So we just say, okay, length of this text. So that will give us the whole length of this text, that is the number of characters here. And when we minus it from the index of this space, which we are going to get using the search, so find the text, we are looking for space, and within what text, within this text, and we are starting from the beginning. So with this formula here, we are going to get the last name. So good. So if I run this down, we get our last name. So this is very great, and this is very important because we might have situations where we might have to do something like this. Now, like I said, the difference between using formula and autofill is that let us convert this to a table. So let's format this as table. I will press Ctrl T, and then my table as headers, I convert it to a table. Good. You see that this has now become a table. Let me reduce this one here. So if I add other element to this, for example, let me go to the first sheet and copy some other names. So if I copy other names here, let me copy 4, and then I come here and I paste them here. So you can see that automatically it adjusts itself. That is the power of using formula in Excel. Assuming we use autofill and flash fill, believe me, it will not populate itself like this. So you can try it on your own. Instead of using the formula, use the autofill that I used at the beginning to generate these values, and then copy a new value after you have created a table and see if it will adjust itself or not. I think we have been able to do something today. I wish you all the best until we meet in the next one. Thank you very much.